Y'all can repeat after me when I go to Paleo Hebrew. The rest y'all don't. Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. May you give us this day our daily bread. May you forgive us our trespasses and help us forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thou art the kingdom, the glory, and the power forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
It's the prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Abanawa, Shema Shemayim, Kadash, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malafuka, Faba'ah, Karat Dazaka, Ayah, Asha, Barathazah, Kowa, Ayah. Bashamayim, Lanawa, Lahum, Ko, Lawam, Wasanafanawa, Hawawafanawa, Kasalakanawa, Abawafanawa, Willa'a, W.A.Nawa, Malasalawan, Mabo, Shainawa, Mayum, Rai, Kaya, Walaka, Hawalakuf, Walla'ala, Walla'ala Paruf, Rao Yum Yum, Amen. Okay. Lord, my shepherd, I should not want. You make us lie down in green pastures. You lead us beside the still waters. You restore our soul. You lead in the path of righteousness for our name's sake. Though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we shall fear no evil. For thou art with us. Thou rod, thou staff, they comfort us. Thou prepare a table for us in the presence of our enemies. Thou anoint our head with oil, and our cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we shall live in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Amen.
All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. I'm going to say happy Purim, start of Purim, destruction of Nicanor. We're going to be jumping into a lot of Purim, but we're going to say, I know yesterday was the thing for Esther, but we're going to still say a few scriptures about Esther. First, we want to give all praises to all the elders that's been in this truth years and years, waiting for the Messiah to come back and put his people in place. And then we want to give all honors to all the elders of HOI. I'm MelChezidek.
Uncle Penuel.
Zion Israel.
Let's start with Esther 1 and 10.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 10. And it reads, on the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcass, the 7 eunuchs who served in the presence of King Ahasuerus.
Keep going. We're going to go all the way to 23.
To bring Queen Vashti before the king with her royal crown, in order to show the peoples and the princes her beauty, for she was lovely to look at.
Hold on right there. I want to say, you see how they said eunuchs? And all those guys, they named it for all those queens. There's a particular reason why they had eunuchs watch over the queen. I don't know if everybody knows a eunuch, he doesn't have his rod.
You don't have what?
Don't have his rod.
What?
His working tool.
A unit. Dang,
I read it.
Really? What's wrong with that? That's what it takes to be a unit?
I mean, I don't know if it takes, but I know that's what's supposed to happen unless I'm wrong. I'm not going to read it.
I never be a unit. Keep that job.
Okay. This is the definition of eunuch. A eunuch is a man who has been castrated, typically before puberty. Historically, eunuchs served in various roles, especially in royal courts, harems, and religious institutions, as they were often entrusted with sensitive duties due to their liability to father children.
Okay, so you can be, so you got to be a unit at birth. I mean, so you're appointed to be one.
It's typically before puberty.
Yeah, for puberty. So,
Not
okay,
actually before birth. Not before.
Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, So it ain't his decision. It's got to be the father's decision then, since he's that young, right?
But eunuchs can, like I say, be a punishment, like, or you know what I'm saying? Because that's why they're watching over the queen, because
Okay.
you're not a threat.
Yeah, I know.
So you know what I mean? So I just wanted to point that part out. Go ahead, finish all out.
So you can't even point that.
I mean,
Verse 11. To bring Queen Vashti before the king with her royal crown, in order to show the peoples and the princes her beauty, for she was lovely to look at. Verse 12. But Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's command delivered by the eunuchs. At this the king became enraged, and his anger burned within him. Verse 13. Then the king said to the wise men who knew the times, for this was the king's procedure toward all who were versed in law and judgment. The men next to him being Karshina, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marcina, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, who saw the king's face and sat first in the kingdom. Okay. According to the law, what is to be done to Queen Vashti? Because she has not performed the command of King Ahasuerus delivered by the eunuchs.
okay. Now, the rest of the chamber is like it's a law. The queen ain't even doing what you said, king. So we're going to go into further detail. This chamber's like, if she ain't obeying, and she's the queen, what do you think these other women going to do? They not going to obey us. If the queen not obeying you, but it's going to go further in the story than that. Go ahead, Al.
Yep, verse 16.
Go ahead, I got y'all still.
Verse 16. Then Memucan said in the presence of the king and the officials, not only against the king has Queen Vashti done wrong, but also against all of the officials and all of the peoples who are in all the provinces of King Ahasuerus. For the queen's behavior will be made known to all women, causing them to look at their husbands with contempt, since they will say, King Ahasuerus commanded Queen Vashti to be brought before him, and she did not come. This very day, the noble women of Persia and Media, who have heard of the queen's behavior, will say the same to all the king's officials, and there will be contempt and wrath in plenty. If it please the king, let a royal order go out from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, so that it may not be repealed, that Vashti is never again to come before King Ahasuerus. And let the king give her royal position to another woman who is better than she.
So they saying, like I say, if she not going to listen, how you expect the rest of the women at? So what we got to do? We got to get rid of her. She got to go. You got to get you another queen. Because this is, if the queen broke the law, and I'm not going to just say, when you know how people are in general, if somebody up high ain't doing something, how you going to expect the rest of us to follow? That's just how I go with her. Right. Go ahead, finish it out.
Verse 20. So when the decree made by the king is proclaimed throughout all his kingdom, for it is vast, all women will give honor to their husbands, high and low alike. This advice pleased the king and the princes, and the king did as Memucan proposed.
Okay, we can stop right there. So the rest of his royal people saying, if you don't get her in line, our wives ain't gonna be in line, man. You gotta get her in line. You the king, and if you ain't doing nothing, that's making us look bad too. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 11:3. So I know I'm jumping around. This has something to do with Esther, so we're just gonna jump around a little bit, and let's go to Esther 2:3. I just want to touch briefly on Esther because we didn't really, get into her yesterday.
1 Corinthians what?
11:3.
11:3. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. Say, come, you got it. But I would have you to know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
Okay. So that's what we're trying to line up. It's all the order thing. That's basically what they were saying with the king. It's an order. And if she ain't following order, the kingdom gonna be out of order because you letting her go astray. Let's jump to no, we're gonna bypass that. Let's go to Esther 2 and in the Old Testament, 2 and 3.
Okay. The book of Esther, chapter 2, and verse 3, and it reads, "And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom to gather all the beautiful young virgins to the harem in Susa, the citadel, under custody of Haggai, the king's eunuch, who is in charge of the women. Let their cosmetic be given them."
Let's jump to. Let's go to 5. We're gonna jump down. Let's go to 5.
5. Now there was a Jew in Susa, the citadel, whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, son of Shemaiah, son of Kish, a Benjaminite.
Now jump to 7. I'm sorry. We just gonna get to the point.
Verse 7. He was bringing up Hadassah, that is Esther, the daughter of his uncle, for she had neither father nor mother. The young woman had a beautiful figure and was lovely to look at. And when her father and her mother died, Mordecai took her as his own daughter.
So this Mordecai, he had raised her up. So
Like it's me.
there you go. So Mordecai is kind of like guiding her in the directions. He's taking place of her mother and father. Go ahead, finish it out. We're gonna go all the way to 13.
Okay. Verse 8. So when the king's order and his edict were proclaimed, and when many young women were gathered in Susa, the citadel, in custody of Haggai, Esther also was taken into the king's palace and put in custody of Haggai, who had charge of the women. And the young woman pleased him and won his favor. And he quickly provided her with cosmetics and her portion of food, and with 7 chosen young women from the king's palace, and advanced her and her young women to the best place in the harem. Esther had not made known her people or kindred, for Mordecai had commanded her not to make it known.
So right there, I know we're going to say, some people may say, she was being deceitful, but she wasn't. It was a reasoning before that. It's kind of like how we were saying earlier. We don't want to call her, I don't know how can we say it, not say like a spy or what. She was placed in this position for the betterment of Israel. That sounds a little better. We'll say that.
Kind of like Moses.
Kind. Yeah. So go ahead. You know what I mean? So it wasn't being deceitful, or Mordecai wasn't being. He had placed her strategically for a reason. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Al.
Verse 11. And every day Mordecai walked in front of the court of the harem to learn how Esther was and what was happening to her. Now when the turn came for each young woman to go into the king Ahasuerus, after being 12 months under the regulations for the women, since this was the regular period of their beautifying, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with spices and ointments for women. When the young woman went into the king in this way, she was given whatever she desired to take with her, from the harem to the king's palace.
Let's jump to. We're gonna try to get. Let's go to 16. I'm gonna try to.
Okay, verse 16. And when Esther was taken to King Ahasuerus into his royal palace in the 10th month, which is the month of Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign.
So we're gonna just go past it. It was a time period where she had to bathe. They let her, I guess, bathe 6 months to get her fresh and all that. So I'm just jumping around. So she didn't instantly go to the king. It was a time period where I guess they had to bathe her, clean her, and all that. So go ahead, Al.
Okay.
So they did a prep.
Yeah, sort of, because this the king picking his queen. So it ain't like, okay, I just like you first day. It's a preparation.
Okay, so his wife would not come out. So he said, okay, so she's going to be ignorant. Let me pick somebody special that
Not
take
even
her
him.
place.
His chamber was like, listen, man, your wife, she the queen, and it's a law. She ain't come out. You gotta do something.
So he was pushed. He was pressured.
Our other
To
women
make a
don't
move.
act like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like let's say I'm a teacher and I let one kid get away with something. What the other kids gonna say?
Same thing.
Well, why he get to do it? We don't have to do it. It's sort of that same. You know what I'm saying?
So then he picked from the flock another woman
But yeah, that's what
to
we
take her place.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 women, including her, come in.
So he picked one out of all of them.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
That's what we getting
then
at
so
now.
she had to go get prepped up.
Well, they was prepping them all.
It's
He
just
just
on her
he just
particular.
chose her.
Okay, so when
I
he
don't
chose her, she had to go get.
Well, they all was prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so
In
they all
case they
prepared.
was chosen.
Yeah.
So they got prepared to get
everybody
chosen,
first,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
just to get chosen.
Right. Everybody had the same rules applied to everybody.
Right.
Right.
They all had the baby, and then they bring them out, and
Yeah.
spread
Yeah.
them out. And
Like those you ever seen them old movies where they have a harem and all that, and you know what I mean? But they was bathing them, putting like we could say perfume on them, making them.
Yeah.
Roll
They
that
appealable
water.
to
Yeah.
the king.
Roll
Yeah.
that
Come.
water and all that.
Right. Okay. So this is verse 17. The king loved Esther more than all the women, and she won grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins. So that he set the royal crown on her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. Then the king gave a great feast for all his officials and servants. It was Esther's feast. He also granted a remission of taxes to the provinces and gave gifts with royal generosity. Now when the
Oh, my fault. I'm just trying to hurry.
Okay.
Jump down to 20, so we
20, verse 20.
Go ahead.
Okay, so when he picked her out, right?
Mhm.
He lavished her,
Come.
put her all together,
Put it all
benzed
together.
her up,
Yeah.
diamond her up,
Yeah.
blueberries and cherries.
Mhm. All that good stuff. huh?
God.
This is verse 20. Esther had not made known her kindred or her people, as Mordecai had commanded her. For Esther obeyed Mordecai, just as when she was brought up by him. In those days, as Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate, Bigthan and Teresh, 2 of the king's eunuchs, who guarded the threshold, became angry and sought to lay hands on King Ahasuerus. And this came to the knowledge of Mordecai, and he told it to Queen Esther. And Esther told the king in the name of Mordecai. When the affair was investigated and found to be so, the men were both hanged on the gallows. And it was recorded in the book of Chronicles in the presence of the king.
God. So she basically getting in a little bit good with the king. Let's go to.
So Mordecai's plugged in now since.
Well, not
I
yet.
don't know yet, but
He's
put a
gonna be
move.
plugged
Yeah,
in.
he made a move.
You know what I mean? So it's
made a
like,
move.
how can I say? He like laying a foundation
Yeah.
for Esther. So I just wanted to put that a little bit. In the end, Esther, like how she say, it wasn't known to her people. It was a problem because they didn't know Esther was in there, but she was actually. I don't want to say. It was for the betterment of us. Because if you look further later on, we're gonna jump into Nicanor. If you further read on, she actually saved our people down the line. She risked her life because when she went in, she had a discussion. She actually led the king. He was going to get rid of a lot of Israel. And she actually persuaded him not to. So she actually could have been killed.
Right.
She could have been killed.
So
Yeah.
to the spirit, her position was to persuade the king to not kill Israel, because had she not had the position to even be queen, he was done.
Yeah, and that's why
You know what I'm saying?
Mordecai told
I understand
her.
her purpose.
Yeah, Mordecai told her, don't tell who you are.
Right, because they're gonna blow the cover.
Yeah.
Right. So she can go in there and bid for the Israelites, but that don't mean he
Discreetly.
gotta know.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
discreetly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So
I understand
that was the gist of that. I know that was yesterday.
So she can be like, instead of her acting like she's part of them people, she can be like, man, why hurt them people?
Right,
You know,
right.
That's just how it was, something like that. Yeah.
For what? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's viciously done.
That's
You know?
a
Yeah,
show
yeah,
through
yeah.
the spirit, though.
Come.
Man, God be working on it.
Con. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I know it was
So
yesterday.
even back then, everybody hated us. We've been hated all our history. Everybody talking about killing us. I don't know how long that was ago, but to this day, right?
Con.
And then still, we had to find his women. He picked her over all
Con.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
You already
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Israelite woman.
Yeah,
Con.
it's like woman's top of the bread.
Yeah. That's gonna show from back then.
Exactly.
Con. So we just gonna jump into Nicanor. I just wanted, because we didn't tap a little bit. There's more to the story where you can further read. I just wanted to just hit that little part. Let's go to Second Maccabees.
Because if you was a blind man and you couldn't see, and you just say, let me feel her. Okay, so you feel a white woman. You just her back. Oh, so no, we good on that one. So this one here, you feel, oh, okay. Just keep that one. You can't even see that. That wasn't funny.
I was doing something. I'm sorry.
No, you-
What I
No, you
missed?
don't know. It's good.
Let's go to the Second Maccabees. Second Maccabees 8:9.
Second Maccabees, amen.
Now we about to get into Nicanor, real. A couple things in the Nicanor.
The book of Second Maccabees, chapter 8, verse 9. When nobody else say kind. All right. Verse 9, it reads, Then forthwith choosing Nicanor, the son of Patroclus, one of his special friends, he sent him with no fewer than 20,000 of all nations under him, to root out the whole generation of the Jews. And with him he joined also Georgius, a captain, who in matters of war had great experience. So Nicanor undertook to make so much money of the captive Jews, as should defray the tribute of 2,000 talents, which the king was to pay to the Romans.
Now, Nicanor, he absolutely hated the Jews. He hated them. So this was a perfect mission for him.
He wasn't a Jew, though, right?
No. Keep going.
Okay.
Oh, let me see.
Verse 11.
Let's go to 12.
12, verse 12. Now when word was brought unto Judas of Nicanor's coming, and he had imparted unto those that were with him that the army was at hand, they that were fearful and distrusted the justice of God fled and conveyed themselves away. Others sold all that they had left, and withal besought the Lord to deliver them, sold by the wicked Nicanor before they met together. And if not their own sakes, yet for the covenants he had made with their fathers, and for his holy and glorious name's sake, by which they were called. So Maccabeus called his men together unto the number of 6,000, and exhorted them not to be stricken with terror of the enemy, nor to fear the great multitude of the heathen, who had came wrongly against them, but to fight manfully.
Now, you can see the numbers that they was outmanned, but Maccabees like, it don't matter. We got God behind us. So it don't matter what the numbers is, they don't have God. You know what I mean? So all that fearful that you got in your heart don't matter. Because like you say, we got a covenant with the Most High. So, what we got, 17?
17.
Go ahead.
And to set before their eyes the injury they had unjustly done to the holy place, and the cruel handling of the city, whereof they made a mockery, and also the taking away of the government of their forefathers. For they, said he, trust in their weapons and boldness, but our confidence is in the Almighty, who at a bet can cast down to both them that come against us and also all the world.
See right there, he's saying, don't matter all them weapons they got.
Right.
And you know, I can't think of the scripture, what they say, what was written before time is for our time. Because we know the enemy we got, his weapons he got is massive compared to what we got. But it don't matter because we got that one weapon that nobody can destroy. This is like the same thing Maccabee said to his army. Be fearful not. I don't care what they like. I'm just gonna put it in our times. I don't care about the nuclear weapons. I don't care about the laser guns we got. We got the most high behind us, so it don't matter what they got. We gonna come out on top all the time. Where we at? 19.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish that out. We gonna.
Verse 19.
No, let's jump to 20 because 20 get more to the point.
Verse 20. And he told them of the battle that they had in Babylon with the Galatians, how they came but 8,000 in all to the business, with 4,000 Macedonians, and that the Macedonians being perplexed, that 8,000 destroyed 120,000 because of the help that they had from heaven, and so received a great booty.
See, right there, he giving them a 20,000 against 8,000. You would be thinking like, man, it's over. But he say, man, it don't matter. You know, I hate to compare it to like the times how we always say, how you say sometimes, that we got to have faith. It don't matter how massive the enemy is. We got that greater power, but we just got to believe. So by just reading that makes me think how we always say, you got to keep the faith, because even if we look in today's time, the enemy is greater than us for what you see. But we have to believe in what everybody can't see. We have to believe in the Most High.
Not only that, and you see how vulnerable we are. So our women have to have faith in that the Lord is with this man more than you see what I'm saying? Because we lost a lot of women's, you know what I'm saying, and they went to the black man, the Arabs. So we lost a whole lot of women's because they didn't have faith that the Lord was with these men. You see what I'm saying? And that's to this day. You know what I'm saying? So when you see women's out with other people and all that, you really see faithless women's. You see what I'm saying? And so, so our faith has to be not towards them, but towards the Lord. And their faith has to be not towards the enemy, but towards us. You see what I'm saying? Because that we will receive that anointing that much quicker. But it's not based on her to us. It's based on us to God.
And also we don't have those powers like right now to destroy. It's like we waiting for the Most High to give us that green light. You know what I mean? So when we get that green light, we gonna have all those powers. What's that scripture say? Well, we gonna rip open mountains. We don't have that power right now, but we gonna get that power. It's good. It's good. If you like it. Go ahead. Huh? Let's jump to. Where was I at? Where was you at? Let's jump to.
We just finished 20 off.
You want to finish that off?
I said we just finished 20.
Let's go to 22.
22.
Yeah.
Verse 22. And join with himself his own brother. Leaders of each band should sit with Simon and Joseph and Jonathan, giving each one 1,500 men. Also he appointed Eleazar to read the holy book. And when he had given them this watchword, the help of God himself leading the first band.
Yeah, right there. I wanted that part. See, I said to read the holy book. Go ahead, sis.
So like what was that?
We jumped to 22. My fault, sis.
Okay.
I'm jumping all over the place. 22. I just wanted to get that part how he said he gave them the holy book. Just like we say in this time when we say to our people, this is our power. We got to come back to this, and that's some of the reasons. I know I'm saying a lot of things why we go to those highways and byways. This is going to get us out this dilemma. Just like he read with Eleazar to read this is going to get us out of this situation. First Maccabees.
Maccabees.
Second Maccabees, my fault. This is going to get us out of this situation. Oh no, go ahead, sis, you had something?
Oh no.
This is going to get us out this situation. Not us, how many guns we have, how big and strong we are. Until we get the Most High behind us and we get in this book, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm jumping all over, but same thing with David and Goliath. That looked like a mismatch, didn't it? Well, who David had behind him?
Con.
Go ahead, finish that out. I'll know for where we at.
22.
Con.
22.
Con. Yeah.
23.
Con. Finish that out.
Also, he appointed Eleazar to read the holy book. And we had given them this watchword, the help of God, himself leading the first band.
Now listen to the part of 24. I like the beginning of this. Go ahead, Al.
And by the help of the Almighty,
The who?
the Almighty,
Who they had help with?
the Almighty, they slew above 9,000 of their enemies, and wounded and maimed the most part of Nicanor's host, and so put all to flight,
God.
and took their money that came to buy them, and pursued them far, but lacking time, they returned.
God. To say with the help of the Almighty, it slew. You know what I mean? With the and that's why I wanted that first part to say with the Almighty, they slew 9,000
Slew 9,000
instantly.
with his help.
You know what I mean? With no problem.
Outnumbered. big
No
time.
problem. And that's the thing.
I showed 300.
God, we got, and that's true right there. And we got to get. It's natural in our mindset to be like, it's more of them. It's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
But we got to have that faith who we got behind us. So it don't make a difference if it was 9 million and it was only 90 of us. If he behind us, them numbers is not. That ain't even enough. That ain't even enough. You know what I mean? Let's go to
That's like it, Cap.
Go
We
ahead.
gotta understand the type of men that these is. These is righteous men.
Khan.
These ain't just no average men. You know what I'm saying? These ain't just they ain't just Israel that's walking around doing what they want to do. These righteous men of the Most High.
Khan.
And we know they is, so we can go finish in the next verse. It said, I'm gonna go to 25 and I'm stop at 26.
Khan. Go
It said,
ahead.
and they took their money that came to buy them and pursued them first. They chased them far.
Khan.
But lacking time, they returned because it's getting late. It say, for it was the day before the Sabbath, and therefore they would no longer chase them, pursue them. So these righteous men, they let you know they keeping the covenant.
Khan.
They keeping the statutes. You know what I'm saying? Just from reading that.
Khan. Because like you say, they like, we come back here, it's the Sabbath. We got to worship.
Right. We ain't got time to keep killing them.
And
Took a break.
Khan. And like you say, we got to worship the one because the Almighty let us do all this.
Right. Kind.
So we got to give our times to Him.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, I'm a kind of stop jump. And that's why the Sabbath is important. We got to worship Him. Because without that, nothing.
Right.
You just see this, and like I said, I hate to bring it up. That's why I say, when the book say, in your foretime, this is for our learning. This is like our guidebook. To be like, this ain't the first time y'all didn't, it's off?
No, they turn the heater off.
Okay, this ain't the first time where the numbers been against y'all. This ain't nothing. You just got to realize who we got behind us.
And even in today's world, just keeping the Sabbath, your week better.
Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying? Like things go better when you keep the Sabbath versus not keeping the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Like your weeks be a little harder. You know what I'm saying? And with these brothers keeping the Sabbath, they rewarded. Like they what we worry about in America, money and just having little stuff that we want and stuff. These brothers worried about living.
Yeah.
They trying to survive. They got the power of God helping them through a war with 100 and some thousand men. So if they can be steadfast and can stand on business for the Most High, and he done given them great power to survive and kill, what makes you? Why so hard for us to keep the Sabbath? We ain't in no position to want to live, and you know what I'm saying, fighting for our life. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta take mind and be mindful of that. Take heed to that, man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a lot. It's just, we got to keep in mind this place is gonna be as burnt. This place is gonna be destroyed, desolate.
That's
So we got to, thinking that we gonna build up the white picket fence. None of that stuff.
None of that.
Yeah, none of that.
That's how it is right now. Talking about get your credit right, or finna get this 30-year mortgage. You're thinking totally wrong right now. You know what I'm saying? This place about to be destroyed. You see planes coming down, people scared to get on planes. And that's what Elder Torah was saying, that if you can't see the prophecies that's here, You know what I'm saying? Something wrong with you. You know, you got to start seeing the prophecies, because the prophecies are showing you daily that this world is about to be over with. Let me say one thing.
Don't play it, huh?
I remember when I was nigga rich, right? You know, I was pretty like ghetto rich, and so the house market crashed. So it was like there's a switch on there too. So it's like 30 or 40 of us, right? So it's like 30 or 40 of us. You know, dealing with the banks and stuff like that. You know, in houses. So we was nigga rich. So what happened when the market dropped? When the market dropped, this is very serious. When the market dropped, and a lot of us was more like, okay, I'm about to do. One of the guys was like, I'm about to go over to Africa and get some diamonds. So we got delusional. He talking about going to Africa, get some diamonds, because we can't do houses no more. So what happens when the reality falls, and we was getting all this money, some of us went like retarded. You know, one guy was talking about, well, I'm finna start making records, and I got a contract with P. Diddy. You know, we just got delusional. You know what I'm saying? And so right now, things is going bad, and people are still believing that they don't want to believe it. And we didn't want to believe that the market dropped, and we're not gonna get these 100,000 a month no more. We didn't want to believe it. As it was occurring, we didn't accept it. And it's the same thing here. They don't want to accept what's going on, and so now they're blind and they can't see that the planes are falling out the sky, and you go into the airport and hardly nobody in there. You go into the grocery stores, used to be full 10 years ago, and this is not. They don't see this, and it's right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? So people is easily be delusional, and that's a lot of them gonna die off that way because they're not being prepared. So when you can't see the prophecies, I recognize what's gonna go on. You're gonna lose out. And like a lot of us lost houses. You know, we lost a lot of houses. We instead of having 10 houses, we ended up with one, and probably lost that one, ended up in an apartment. And so that's how we was losing. And some of us ended up in jail because we was taking chances, doing stuff we naturally wouldn't do to keep what we got. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I went to jail for 3 years. You see what I'm saying? You know, making moves that I ordinarily would not make, just to keep what I got. Right. Now, it's not that I got it bold, but I went out to do slick shit to keep what I got.
Keep what you got, right.
You know what I'm saying? I got it 100. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to jail, it look like everything you did was wrong. Now, I did a whole lot of right. I just did some bad moves to keep what I did right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so I wound up going to jail.
And you lose it anyway.
Right. And I was delusional though. Yeah. But lucky I had a skill, so when I came out, in reality, I just started using my skill to keep moving forward. But a lot of them didn't have skills. They were suiting ties. They had books. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They was masterminds, and that was cut off, and they done.
But not to cut you off, Cap, but
they lost wives.
That's what's going on right now. Like it's another market's down right now. Every day they dropping 300 points. So it's a lot of people like the stock market done been wiped $2 trillion since Trump became president. So that's a lot of just loss. So, but in the time of somebody coming down, it's the time for somebody to come up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the spot we're going back to again. So anybody that got something right now, they about to feel it. You know what I'm saying? We right back in that time all over again. Right.
You know, and so it's about, being realistic with God. Because the earth is delusional. You know, you got it shows that people with notes, it shows like 80% of people is behind on their notes.
Wow. I seen something like that. Sometimes though, in Esau kingdom, we got us so much behind the 8 ball. We willing to do anything to survive out here.
And that's how I got put in jail.
So sometimes he put us in a position where it's either sink or swim.
Yes, just sink or swim.
So
yeah.
you like, man, I may not want to do this, but I mean, if I got a family, they gotta eat. What you want me to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes the way it's set up with us is like people say, the system, the way it is not really set for us to win. It ain't. It's a lot of things. It's like how they say, you know, they may run an obstacle course where theirs is clear like this, but we got to jump over here. We got to go around this. We got to go over this. We got to go over through. It's like so many things in front of us. You like, man, you know, and once we start thinking that, you know, the American dream is for us, that's how you kind of get delusional, because it ain't for you. Go ahead, Aki.
I mean, look at Bill Cosby. Look at right now P. Diddy. Look at anytime you think you're gonna make it in this white man's world, he gonna break you down. You ain't gonna leave here with nothing. He running. You know.
Then on top of that, it's like it's like Targets and Walmarts. So they make this gangster threat. You know, DEI. I'm with you, Trump. You know, we hate niggers too. You know what I'm saying? So I'll speak that out. Now, so you spoke that out, and so now the black people stop shopping at Targets, and so now what they fail to realize is that the white man stopped investing because the stock market in Targets is going down. So the white man pulled out, the black man shut it down. Target's like, damn, what do we do wrong? I mean, we shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? On Walmart, we shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? Because now what's happening is that what the black man did, it made everybody follow. Even the people that hate blacks had to stop and take their stocks out. You see what I'm saying? And so the people that had stocks in Targets that hate blacks had to take their stock out. Why? Because black people really is ruling, but we don't know it. But you know, it's just to show you that if we stick together. And one thing about the Sabbath day means don't buy nothing nowhere. See. This is how great God is. The Sabbath is the don't buy anyway. So the people jumped on the Sabbath by mistake and did something great. The black people jumped on the Sabbath by mistake and did something great. If they kept the commandments, they'll keep charge and rule the world.
And did you see where the Walmart's has a new commercial saying that they're selling black products now?
Yeah, but you know what though? We all should never go there, because once they close their doors and shut them down, the next people will be like, we're not gonna even make no stupid threat like that. We need to shut who's that, Target, you say?
That was
Walmart's. Well, we need to close Walmart's doors forever. Never shop there. Don't tell me you want to kiss my hand when I know you really hate me. Once I see your hate, you kill him at the neck.
Bringing up what we was talking about earlier, is putting faith in the Most High. The Most High's gonna make us depend on Him instead of depending on some Trump, some Harris. Right. The same. So that's what we got to start putting our faith. So He gonna make us.
Yeah, He keep the commandments.
Yeah. So we gonna have to put faith in Him.
All right. Because like you say, we is sent over here by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We sent over here by Him, and His curse is put on by Him. So I feel like in the midst of all that, the Most High know how to. He brought us here. He know how to take us out, and ain't no coincidence that we gotta come together through DEI or the Board of Education. Anything that's standing on black, they just got rid of Black Lives Matter. Anything that black people try to hold on to, it ain't no coincidence that the Most High is allowing it to be took to raise our faith. You know what I'm saying? Because if we had to have faith in them armies back then, we had to have faith in the wilderness. We gotta have faith now. Like, we haven't seen the power of the Lord. But even in the midst of our slavery and us being in captivity right now, He's still showing us that we the best, because us not buying nothing, who they aiming at? Like they trying to get us now, like they say with the commercials. Like God's showing how powerful He is through the smallest cracks, but we can't see it though. You know what I'm saying? We gotta like really wake up and understand that we is the people. We the people. We see it in sports. We see it in everything we touch in America. But if we can just see that God is in the midst of it, man. I mean, but I understand the white man. I know they scared, you know. They scared, man. They fearful, man. We waking up, you know, and we don't need a lot. You say 9,000 killed 120-something. They don't need a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I always say Trump is their God and the flag is their Holy Spirit. And both of them gonna burn. But you see, do you see how white folks trust in Trump, and we don't trust in God? See, we have all the right and ability to trust in God way more than white folks trust in Trump. If we trust in God like white folks trust in Trump, it would have been done with, been over with. But we slowly tiptoeing because we so magnetic to the voting. Do you know how many of us mad because who didn't vote for Miss Harris? A lot of females are still mad at us because we didn't vote for Harris. Not knowing none of them is important. It's all about keeping the commandments of God. You see what I'm saying?
I said a lot of good points. Like a lot of us don't realize when they say "Make America Great Again," how did it get great the first time? Free labor. You know what I mean? And just like you said earlier, a lot of us don't realize the importance of coming together. I don't care how many disagreements or how much we don't dislike each other. We all came over here at one time. The only way we gonna leave is together. That's the only way. They came and got us all at once. And the only way, the way you enter, how they say, is the way you gonna leave. We entered all together, and we gotta be together when we get out of here. We all gotta be on that same mindset. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? And just like we say, we tried everything. The Panthers, that didn't work. Whatever. The gang thing, that didn't work. You know what I mean? Martin Luther King, that didn't work. Islam, that didn't work. It's time to come back to this. This is the only thing we ain't tried. You know what I mean? This is the last and best option. This is what we gotta do. You know what I mean? All that don't work. It don't work. And it's like you say, it's prophesied that none of that was gonna work. Ain't no man gonna get us out of this. It's only the Most High and the Messiah. That's the only way we getting out of this. Ain't no getting none of us can do more than what God put us in this situation. Ain't no man gonna get us out. I don't care how smooth he talk. I don't care how bold he talk. I don't care how big he is. Ain't nobody getting out of these things except God. And he say, this is what you gotta do to get out. Ain't no other way out but this. You know what I mean?
Like just how he wiped out everybody under 20 in the wilderness once they got to a certain city. He wiped out everybody under 20. I mean over 20. And kept the young men, the young people. Same thing he gonna do here. So many people gonna perish from not having that faith, from not having that knowledge, from not believing in God and what He is. And the Most High don't care about wiping out. Shit, if it's 10 million of us, he don't care about wiping out 9.
What happened to Noah and his family?
You see what I'm saying? He don't care, man. A lot of us don't really understand that. We think God is all love.
No.
Man, we gotta understand who God really is, man. Because we're gonna get tricked off the streets. A lot of us is.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Like the media. The media has shown a lot of us that, get a new car, get a new house, chase the money, right? That's the media. Go get a job, seek and just dwell in this area, right? Which that area ain't worth a damn now. Now I can see in the 70s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and a little bit of the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the money, let's get all that. Listen, money ain't worth a nickel now. So you're looking back with in the 90s and 2000s when money was booming, everything was booming, and you're trying to make that happen now with a punk job, are legally. Matter of fact, they was making all that money illegally, and you're trying to make that money that they was making illegally, legally, and stuff is high as hell. And see, stuff was low then. I mean, you can go get a pop for 69 cents. Here you'll get a pop for, juice for $2. So you trying to do what they did in the 90s. You trying to do that now with a job, and you're gonna leave God. Did you see what I'm saying? They leaving God chasing nothing. Ain't nobody got no 2025 Corvette paid for, and you chasing something ain't nobody got, and you driving a. You see what I'm saying? It's not about driving. You living. You need to gotta listen. My days, we Bloomfield Hills, 4-5 bedrooms, bathroom on every floor. Then we getting it like that. You see what I'm saying? It's not even like that no more. These niggas renting houses, they renting here, and they leaving God rent. We was getting big money. I'm talking about the houses that they renting, they would be renting from us. And we living in Bloomfield Hills, we had money. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the money we really had. And we ain't got that no more. And so I enjoyed it, we ain't got it, that's cool. Let's seek the Lord. These people chasing a dream that I live, and they ain't never lived it. And even when I lived it, it wasn't nothing. Because even when I was in there, I was only in 2 rooms, bathroom, kitchen, and my bedroom. A lot of rooms, I never got dust in it. Do you see what I'm saying? So you chasing a dream that I was there, and even when I was there, it wasn't laying like that. Because I had it, it's not really like that. Once you get it, it's not like that. I'm telling you, once you get all that, it ain't worth that.
You gotta think about it though.
You see what I'm saying? You chasing something that I know that when I was there, I'm gonna tell you, go to God, and I've been there, and you ain't even there, and you ain't a God. So just imagine if you get there, you're gonna lose your mind. And there ain't even nothing to lose your mind for.
Go ahead, Ak. You say you had something?
Sorry about that.
No, you
You
good.
good, you good. I was just gonna say, like how you say the money ain't worth nothing. It's like today the word stronger than the money. The word stronger than the money now, cause they willing to put you in jail, give you time for just reading this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never thought I'd see the day where our words would really like get us hard time. The same Bible y'all taught us out of, y'all trying to lock us up for now. You know what I'm saying? Like I never thought I'd see the word of God working more than money.
That's true.
You know, because I grew up just chasing the money, but thinking the money was everything. And
The word of God is worth more than money. That's
worth
heavy
more
right
than money
there.
right now.
That's heavy right
worth
there.
more than money.
Let me
Always
ask-
has been though.
Let me ask you this: what is money technically?
Right.
It's an idol.
It's an idol.
Chasing an idol.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you look at his paper with whose face on it,
White man.
Right.
that's an idol. You
That's
chase.
idol worship. That's idol worship. That's like that's the day's idol worship. That's the day's idol worship.
Yeah, so
Because sorry about that.
No, you good.
When Moses came down and they was making the calf, you see what I'm saying? Right? When Jesus come down and they not in his word, and they somewhere due to money, drinking, and all that, it's not. Say if I get drunk or whatever, it's not really land. If I'm drunk, it's not land like that. If I'm driving a car, I mean, it's not like it's just so hard to put it. You know, some people so involved in it.
But it's like,
but
like
it's
how they
nothing.
say, sometimes when you're chasing money, what do you miss? You miss spending time with your family. You miss the good times. You busy chasing all this when they making it tenfold, like it ain't nothing. But you missing the important things, trying to get this. Why?
Yeah.
So you can kind of live the way they live.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. You chasing money to what? Get cars, a big house. You want to be, in a sense, just like the oppressor.
Yeah.
And it's say don't what's that?
envy the
Don't envy the
oppressor.
oppressor.
Right.
So that's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? What's the most people want money for? So I can get all these good things and I can do all this. And technically, a lot of people who you read a lot of millionaires, they miserable.
Yeah.
They be miserable.
Yeah.
So in our mind, because we can have a good time without, let's say that, but we think in our minds, if I get all this, I'm good. I'll be sick. And a lot of times, I didn't heard. Now, I don't want to get off topic. I didn't heard. Now I heard this. What's his name? Eric Dickerson said he had a lot. Guess the first thing you got to do. You got to worry about. He said people come to his house. You know, if I fall, I'm gonna sue you.
Yeah.
Who want to hear all that? You got everybody doing this at your door. Hey, cuz, I got this business plan. You know how problematic that shit can be? Hey, man, can I get it? I got this. Oh, you can't give it to me? No. You know what I'm saying?
But still, with all the money, if you had $1 billion and you was on and you couldn't move, and you just blink, you was paralyzed. But I said, give me $1 billion and you can walk again and get up. Would you not give up that $1 billion?
All the time.
So really, what
power is
yeah,
money?
so what power is? It's nothing. We searching something that's not even there. It's make believe.
Because we take for granted the best things in life that's free.
We
We don't cherish what we can't pay for.
And then what is love?
You know what I'm saying?
We're tracing love, and what is love?
What is love? What takes from us?
Love is following commandments.
Yeah. Too much money. You got people right now. I'm gonna tell you, you got people right now. They talk about P. Diddy, but the only reason why they ain't had a chance to get $1 million with P. Diddy, and they would have. What I'm trying to say is this here: they chase money so much that really they selling their soul, and a lot of people are selling their soul and don't even have no money. You got the brokest people on the planet and done sold their soul and ain't nobody buying it. I don't even want your soul, but I'm selling it to you anyway. And if you driving an 08, well, I'm selling you my soul. Just stay in the 08. That's cool, but I'm still selling you my soul.
What's the scripture?
You know what I'm saying?
No, what's the scripture where it says it's hard for a rich man to get to the kingdom? It's easier for a camel to go through an eye with a needle. You know what I mean?
And that's what we talking about, because only Israel gonna get to the kingdom. So we talking about Israel. It's gonna be hard for a rich person to, and some people is already ain't got nothing and done sold out.
But think about it.
I look
People
at
locked up. Who's to say that the Most High ain't touching these people that's locked up? That we done seen live all our life. God may be doing something in them. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know, right?
That could be the thing to make them change. You know what I mean?
You still gonna have your influence.
Yeah.
You probably strip me of everything, but I still got that mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? You can't take that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a gift.
It's a gift, right?
I had a buddy. He bought a house in Arizona. Spent $4 million for it. He only been there twice. Only been there twice. All the money and everything that he had, it was for nothing. Because at the end of the day, your health, your family, and most important, these commandments is gonna keep everything in balance.
Right.
When that day come, money ain't gonna be worth nothing.
Nobody ain't heaven.
God.
You know, and so it gets to a time to where you got to leave. You got to separate yourself. You see what I'm saying? And see, and the reason why you got to separate yourself is because you don't want to get entangled with those who don't see the Father like you do. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why is because you know Jesus picked 12, and he also picked one that he knew that wasn't gonna do right amongst the 12. And so the reason why is so he can show you the difference between Peter and Judas. You see what I'm saying? Now Peter may love Judas, but everybody had to separate themselves from Judas. Why? Because Judas is not meant to be. And see that's where it comes because of the chosen. And see, it's not like they choosing the Father. The Father got to choose you. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? The Father, see, the point is that we got to be careful. I may like, one of my daughters, all my daughters to make it, but the Father may chose one of my daughters. You see what I'm saying? See, we don't choose him; he choose us. And once we get in that round where he choose us, and sometimes he may say, "Do you see why I chose you?" Then I look at both of my kids, and I may say, "You see what I'm saying?" And so we got to because you can't love this one of my daughters, either my daughters more than me, is what God's saying. You don't love nobody more than me. Your daughters, your friends, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Your wife, your husband. You don't love nobody more than me.
Let me get Matthew 7:13. Go ahead, I just want to point on the
You good? And so we have to live like that. We got to let go and follow God. That's the biggest thing on the planet. Let go and follow God.
That's what they say. What's the saying? If you don't work, then you don't eat. I
You
feel
work,
like,
you don't eat.
and our people go hard when it comes to work.
They go
work
hard.
multiple jobs, but I feel like it's a saying. It's a little saying that I use myself when it comes to the kingdom. If you don't work, you don't enter.
You don't enter.
You know what I'm saying? So you put all that work into America trying to get this money just to have something. Where to work at for the Most High when it's time to get into that kingdom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this all depends on how hard you want to, which area you want to work harder in. For the kingdom or to get this little money out here.
The kingdom.
You know what I'm saying?
The kingdom. Yeah.
You don't work, you don't answer, baby.
So once you get the kingdom, if you can have a decent time here, you don't know what
7 and 13.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 13. Everybody gotta say kind.
Con.
7 and 13.
Con.
It says, enter by the narrow gate. For the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction. And those who enter by it are many. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life. And those who find it are few. Beware of false prophets.
Con, that's all I want. I want to, like we want everybody to get in, but it say we got to make sure it's a narrow path. You got to make sure you get yourself in first.
Yeah.
Because you can only only one person can get her at a time. So you can try to pull all your people with fire on one side and deep water. It's just ain't. We got to, and sometimes, it'd be hard for us to realize we vessels. You know what I mean? You got your kids because the Most High had that. I know it's hard to say that. I know it's hard to think about that. But if you don't get yourself in, it's for naught. You know what I mean? All you can do is hope that when you doing the right way, and I know I want my kids, I want everybody in my family to get in. But you just said it before. If you love your people more than you love me, God said you ain't worthy of me. So that and that's a hard pill because we always preach, don't be individuals, but we gotta focus on our walk, and that's difficult. That's difficult right there. You know what I mean? Because we love our family, we love our friends. Man, why don't you get this? Why you can't see what I can see? Like we say all the time, God may not want that person, or it might not be that person's time.
That's the only two things.
Yeah.
It's not his time, or God don't want you. It's Russian roulette when you're in that circle. When you're in that circle where you're not doing His will, and you're not for sure because He don't want you, and He not allow you to do His will because He don't want you. Go ahead and play. Go ahead and go to work. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make work more fun because I don't want you around me. Do you see what I'm saying? And so, because I'm gonna tell you, when I first heard this, could nothing keep me away from this. So that's Him drawing me. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes when everything is keeping you away, He is keeping you away. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want. It's like the devil. The devil be like, the devil came to God and be like, I can't get to Job because you got a hedge around him. The devil knew that God had a hedge around him. The devil knew that. The devil said, why come I can't get to Job? And God said, because I got a hedge around him. No, the devil came and said, I can't get to him because you got a hedge around him.
Second entrance, 7.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times God pull who He want and He push away who He don't. That's just like you. If you eat food, right? And then you taste somebody's spaghettis, you like spaghettis, and somebody that made them, you don't like them, you're not feeling that. You push it away. Do you hear what I'm saying?
So that's like the people that I used to be cool with. I can't even relate to them no
You're
more.
not feeling them no more. You know, if you're in this word, if you're around this book and this word, I mean, it's something that we feed off each other. You know what I'm saying? The word is juicy.
Real juicy.
Kind of give me what you got, Doc.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 7.
Thank
It says, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. Verse 8. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one man go there at once.
God, that's go ahead, sis.
Salakia, what was that?
2nd Esdras 7:7. So sometimes that's what we gotta, we gotta realize, and like I say, we want everybody to get in, but it ain't, unfortunately, it ain't up to us. And then I think how we were saying it earlier, it's already said 2/3 of us ain't getting in. So God, he good with all of us not making it. He okay with that. So
He said it like he the one said it.
you know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes, and I'm gonna tell you, I had a hard time swallowing that. I'm like, because we go out there, we want everybody. It's a hard, that is one of the hardest thing everybody ain't gonna make it. That is horrible. That's horrible right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I also feel like being out there builds the love for your people.
Come.
So we can have a heart for our people. Even though all of them not gonna make it, but with us talking to everybody that we can, it's showing that we love our people.
Come. We gotta try, because we don't
try.
know who gonna make it and who ain't.
Exactly.
Only the Father knows.
Only the Father knows.
Yeah.
But in the midst of dealing with so many people, you gain your love stronger because you see so many people in that condition. Versus just teaching one person, you're gonna tend to still hate your people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't out there in the midst interacting with the people. You don't see what different things that our people go through.
Right. And it hurts you
Yeah.
when you see our people out of order.
They do. They do. Versus me just dealing with you, we both in order.
Yeah.
So I don't care about nobody else.
Right,
My love ain't for my nation.
Right.
As long as we good, brother, we.
Come.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we come together so we can go out
there
to check
Right.
and see, can we get them in?
Right. And that's
Because
how
our
we
love.
build Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how Most High kind of building us up too.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it's required for us to go out
Get
there.
Judges 5:11. Come. Go ahead. I just wanted to get
Yeah.
Get Judges 5:11. Yeah.
And let me get 1 Maccabees 7:1.
I got a precept what you had just read in Esdras.
Go ahead, give me what you got.
It's Matthew 7:22.
Let me read it. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, I'm just reading it out. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And it say, on that day, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? It's like it, 21. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven,
God.
but the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven.
God.
And you know what though? I'm gonna tell you how God works. He make those who not doing the will, make them feel like what they're doing is cooler than what you than here. You know what I'm saying? And we feel that we did that. That's nothing. The Bible is something, and they feel like, man, that's weak. What I'm doing out here is land like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's a delusion.
Yep.
And so God will put you in a delusion. You see, if you keep playing around with what you're doing, he would send a delusion at you and keep you over there. Is what I'm trying to tell you. You see what I'm saying? Because everything out there we done all did. We done had a woman, 1 or 2. We done stayed out all night. We done got drunk. We done asked the Lord, Father God, I won't drink no more if I can get over this drunk, or I won't do this because I'm too high. We done already did all that, right? We done stayed up, party. We done did all that. We done slicked somebody. We done got so we done did all that. But the point is that when you did all that and then you come to the Bible, but I'm gonna show you something what's dangerous. It's dangerous to come to the Bible and leave It's best if you have never. It's best if you have never known the truth than to know the truth and leave it.
Con.
That's dangerous.
You get understanding, and then you go against the understanding.
It's best if you have never known the truth.
And it's like premeditated murder a whole more years.
Oh, wow,
than
that's
just,
heavy.
Con.
That's
You
cold.
thought about
That's
it.
cold right
You
there.
do it
That's
instantly.
cold.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because
That's
you
cold.
thought about it.
yeah, you thought about it, man. So it's like, damn, you thoughts.
I mean, that's cold. That's premeditated murder, ain't it?
Yeah.
Damn, you cold, man. It's cold work.
Our thoughts are wicked, though.
Con,
The heart
con.
is treacherous,
Churches.
desperately wicked. We don't have this. We
You ain't nothing. I see the Bible like spaghetti in the water.
What's
It's like we the spaghetti, and the water is the world. And we want to become spaghetti. We want to get the sauce and the meat and the cheese. But in order to do that, you got to filter the spaghetti out. And what's the filter? The strainer.
Right.
So it's like the Bible is like a strainer. You know what I'm saying? In order to get that water out, we got to live according to this. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta use the Bible to filter all the bull crap out of our life so we can become that spaghetti. We can get our cheese and our sauce, you know what I'm saying? But we'll never get that. We'll stay in the water, become soggy, and now we no good. You know, so that's just how I see the Bible. You know?
Con.
I see it
That's
as escape from this world. Like it's when I'm among the brethren, this is like an escape from the foolishness of this world. You know, it's like this world has nothing to offer.
Yeah.
Like my own brother, my beloved brother, I can't hardly even relate to him no more because he's so stuck on, and it's like this world had nothing to offer no more. You know, I'm not into that. It's
I feel it though, right?
this is my peace.
Yeah.
This is my, you know.
And it's not about the numbers with us, you know.
Con.
It ain't about the numbers, you know. It's just being around somebody like-minded. Cause like I'm around brothers every day. I feel like I'm the only one with the mind I got. You know, and you gotta get up out of there. Like, man, these motherfuckers own it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get away from them brothers. They be on it, man. These young brothers is vicious, man. They spirits are so strong and they so prideful and hell-bent and heady. And these brothers know it all in the world. They know everything. I can't tell them nothing. They be so wrong. Y'all wise in nothing and knowing nothing.
Wise and doing evil.
Yeah, like
This thing is young kids call themselves now. What do you call themselves? I'm a demon.
I'm a demon. They call
Yeah,
me
they call themselves that.
Do they?
demon.
Yeah.
What?
I'm on demon time. I'm
Call
a
themselves
demon.
a demon.
I heard that.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah. They glorify them, man. Ooh, man.
I'm a savage.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Give me what you got. This one of my favorite scriptures right
Revelation
here.
or-
Revelations. This what God think about money right here.
Which one? Revelation.
21 and 18.
Revelations chapter 21, verse 18.
So this one of my
come, we got
favorite.
it.
This one of my favorite scriptures right here.
Let me see that for a second. Let me see this for a second.
You got it? 21:18.
Con. Got it.
You got it. And the building of the walls of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. Damn. And the foundation of the walls of the city was garnished with all manners of precious stones. Let me read it again. And the foundation of the walls, so we're talking about the walls of that city, were garnished. So that stuff inside with all manners of precious stones. So that means you had a wall, and you're walking past the walls, and it's stones you've never seen
Man,
before.
all kind of stones, rubies, and sapphires.
Man,
Just all kind of precious stones in the wall. Right? I can picture that.
let's go back to 18. Okay.
No, go ahead now.
And the building of the walls, so he just building the walls of it was of jasper. So the walls was not built with mortar. It was built with jasper, right? And the city was pure gold. So the city was pure gold, but the wall was built with, instead of mortar, jasper. Right?
All kind of
Now, since the wall built with jasper, guess what else attached to the jasper? And the foundation of the walls of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. So the jasper wall had precious stones in it. The jasper was already too good to look at.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And stuck in the jasper was all manners of stones.
Man. Precious
Just a
stuff.
beast.
That's a beast. That's more a hit.
So that's why I say, God don't care nothing. He talking about a city of gold.
Right.
So all what we got down here, that don't mean nothing. And that's what's that scripture say? The streets is gold. So I always like to say, our ceiling is God's floor. He walking on gold.
God.
He don't care nothing about you. I walk on. You know what you walk on.
You got to change and nigga die for God.
Right.
Like, nigga, I don't die for this. I walk on this.
Just imagine, he say I got a whole, ain't nobody on earth got a whole, I don't care if you was the richest man on the planet. Nobody got a city of all gold.
No.
So that's why when we think how much money, God, I don't care nothing about that. This is what I got.
Man.
But you're right though, because these people with the money, they're gonna use Dubai for example.
But yeah.
They build their cities with all type of unique infrastructure and top of the line, just top of the line everything.
Yeah.
And that's one of the most richest cities.
It is beautiful.
But it ain't made in all gold.
Nah.
So it's gonna show even the richest city ain't got nothing on it.
No.
These men want cities. They want to own cities and own land. And I got a city with gold though. Right though.
You definitely gonna
So
see
that,
that.
so I want God to let you know all that what you got now, that don't compare to me. I got a city. And you say, and not only go Jasper, it's all throughout. So all that what you doing over there, that means nothing to me. This what I'm sitting on. You see what I'm saying? So we fighting for this little pebble or something.
Right.
We in America, and our streets are like that, and we out of order. Man, listen, them streets ain't nothing compared to this. I'm looking to get this. I'm not gonna let them streets looking like that throw me out of order. That's weak as hell. These streets and these cars ain't nothing. He driving chariots. You driving a damn Mustang, and you done left God over a Mustang 5.0. You got a chariot with your name on it.
We trying to ride on earth like God in heaven. They want cars flying. You know what I'm saying? To get you here and there, like, man, they even trying to be God.
I'm on my way to your planet.
I was gonna say we fighting over that, and God say this what I got up here, but you want this.
You want what the white man got? He got out of the cave. He done got out of the cave, and the nigga that got out of the cave built you that, and you done lost your mind over somebody that got out of a cave. And matter of fact, you built that for the guy that got out of the cave, and he giving it to you for a minute, and you done lost your mind. You done lost God.
That's the precept on that.
God, give me what you got up.
It's Isaiah 66:1. Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me?
That's cold.
And where is the place of my rest?
Right there.
Studying,
He said
That's a
footstool.
precept. You done stood it.
I step on the earth.
I step on the earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a cold.
That's cold.
That's cold.
You know, he said I step. It's a footstool.
Footstool.
You use that to get to something else.
Yeah.
Sometimes a footstool stand. You don't even use it a lot of times. Okay, I didn't need it to step up here. Let me put it back in this cabinet till I need it again.
Right. Footstool got dirt on it.
So that's what he's saying the earth is. So all what y'all fight, that's a footstool. That's
Right, a footstool was for you to reach for something higher.
You using that to get to somewhere else. It ain't even used for a main purpose. Once you done with that for that, okay, I may not need you for another 3-4 weeks. Give me what you got. You got another one out or that?
That's cold.
Yeah, I got another one.
Con, go ahead, shoot.
Get me on there.
Yeah, that was right there.
Okay.
When we keep reading this while you look.
But you know, not because we own it, but we looking at it sort of the way the Most High. So that's why I say when we trying to get all this money and all this, the Most High, look, you basically scrambling over pennies, man.
Oh, look what it says here. It says, and the foundation of the walls of the city were garnished with all manners of precious stone. The first foundation was jasper, so that's the wall. The second, sapphire. You know what? I don't know what sapphire look like, but it sounds like it's bad as hell.
It's a jewel. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sass. Look at you got to say sass. then on top of system like that, you put fire on it. Sass fire. That bitch gotta be a beast. I mean, look how it sounds. Sass fire. I want to see what that look like. That's the first time I asked God, what does fire look like? He go like, hold on, what you say? Fire. That gotta be beautiful. And then it said the third, how do you pronounce that?
Shit, I don't know. I ain't even on that.
Is you there? Go there for me.
What
Revelations 21.
I got you.
21:19. I can't even pronounce
What are you
this.
looking at?
21:19. At the sapphire is
Yeah, I don't know.
the third.
Macedonian?
No, Cass.
Yeah, that's it. And the fourth was emerald. I don't know. Macedonian?
Yeah, Cassidonia.
Kazonian, I guess that is the third.
You say the third, a gate?
No, the foundation of all the jewels.
It look like it's like Cassidonia is like he cast something so far away, and he gonna bring it to you, and don't you like it? Cassidonia, he bring it back
21 and 19.
Man, this
Revelations
this
21
stuff
and
gotta be
19.
beautiful.
Okay.
The name of this stuff sound so beautiful.
Yeah, I don't see that word in this book.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On 19, you don't see it.
No, I see it, but it don't say the word. Y'all say it.
With Cassidonia
You know,
at the sapphire.
What does it say?
It say.
Look that up. Look that word up.
It say the first was jasper, the second sapphire, the third agate, the fourth emerald. It's talking about the stone in the wall.
But I just looked up sapphire.
Yeah, that's like bluish, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Then what's this? What's CHAL Macedonia? That's a gate. You say it's a gate in yours. So.
It's a gate. Yeah.
It's
third
called
agate.
CHA.
You got it in your scripture.
Which one was sapphire first?
What?
No, sapphire is a jewel. It's a like blue jewel. I know what that is. But this Macedonia.
I thought you said Jasper was a blue jewel.
No, Jasper is green.
Okay.
Dang,
You say castle what?
It's a CH.
AL
CAHAL.
CEDONY.
Oh, it's like a white.
So it's another jewel. Yeah, it's another jewel.
It's a jewel, but it almost looked like a marble table almost.
Shit.
Yeah.
Precious stone. Stones I ain't never even heard of.
Man, I don't. Man, it got
It's all in the wall.
All in the wall.
You know what? You know what? And that might not be the real color. That's some color we don't, because we ain't seen that in heaven. Who went up there and tell you the real color that he talking about? That's. What about Sodaxon?
No, this got to be because this is this John describing it.
Oh, John described
When
it.
you go up to one, he say, "I saw a new heaven." So he getting the picture.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's got to he getting the picture.
Yeah, it's like a.
So I mean, so what he's explaining, believe it look 100 times more than what he can explain. You know what I'm saying?
As far as you know, the jewels could be this big. You know, we thinking maybe a jewel. That jewel could be this big. That shit could be as big as a stone. You know what I mean?
Right, it may take me that when I looking at that wall, it may take me. Well, it's 1,000 years is one day to God. It might take me 5 days Before I stop looking
wow,
at that
what you
wall.
mentioned.
As far as we know, the jewel could
That
be
wall
as
looks
big.
so good, it might take me 5,000
that jewel could be
years.
as big as this table.
They got the gemstones of New Jerusalem, jasper, sapphire. They got them all, right?
12, all 12 of them.
Yep.
So it got to be a stone for every tribe.
Yep, it is.
Oh,
Every tribe.
so that's an Aaron's beard. That's an Aaron's
I ain't cat anything about that staff you got.
Oh yeah, that's staff. Yeah.
All them different jewels and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah.
Okay, dang.
Wow.
That's it. But it also said that the city was like, what did it say, all gold?
All gold.
Like clear glass. Just imagine you riding downtown, you see a high-rise building, the glass just clean. Clear, like you see everything beaming off it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the windows on the car just clean. Like I said,
And you know what though?
that city's sparkling.
It could be like the most we know was the 24 carat. That shit could be like 84 carat gold. You know what I mean? You don't know what carat that could be. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right,
and you know, it's so precious that you have to have a chariot in order to float around this place, because you can't drive on it. It's so precious.
Right.
You got to get up off of it and go where you want to go. It's so, you know what I'm saying? It's so golden. You know what I'm saying? We driving on the sidewalk, spinning, you know, burning rubber. Oh, this so precious. You got to come up off of it and float in the air.
I'm just imagining like a chain or it's a nice piece of jewelry with VVS diamonds. And how that got that water look to it.
It's just probably some shit we can't.
Man, we can't even, you probably can't even see this city.
We
Like,
can't even
that must be
imagine
too
this.
bright. It's all pure just money.
We can't even imagine this.
Because whatever the goal is, I'm pretty sure it ain't nothing that's on earth.
And you know
Ain't
what he
nothing
said?
on earth,
When he said, eyes have not seen, nor ears have heard of the things I got in store for you.
Mm.
So we can hear this. So and we can imagine this. So he said, eyes have not seen. So that the pictures they showing us, we have not even seen what he really talking about. Ears have not heard. To me, this sounds so good that my ears have heard this. This good enough. No. I got something that your ears have not heard. Nigga, you think I'm gonna lose God for nigga? I want to go somewhere where I ain't heard of it.
When you get a chance, let's close off this at least one part of.
At least one part. We can't get too deep, boy.
First Maccabee 7-1. We're gonna close off a little bit of Maccabees. We're gonna close.
We just glory into his goodness.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was just, wanted to go on how we fighting over basically pennies when he say I got this up here for you. You know what I mean?
Okay, before you start.
Maccabees 7-1.
Okay, I'm not going no further, but before you start, it go all the way down to 12. You know what I'm saying? We just got to 3, and we just lost our mind. You know what I'm saying? Yo, go ahead now.
Okay. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 1. In the 105th year, so it's 105. Demetrius, the son of Seleucus, departed from Rome, and came up with a few men unto a city of the sea coast, and reigned there.
Jump down to 5. We're gonna just go hit some major points.
Verse 5. There came unto him all the wicked and ungodly men of Israel, having Alcimus, who was the Syrius, to be high priest.
That's the part where like I say, Alchemist, he was like a wicked Israelite. He wanted that high priest spot, so he willing to do anything to get it. Go ahead.
All right, I'm just getting that definition of the Syrius.
So what's his name?
No, it said he was the Syrius to be priest.
Okay.
The Syrius is an adjective that means having
Desire.
showing strong wish or longing for something.
Yeah.
It's often followed by desirous of success.
Yeah, he wanted to be the
He
high
had to have
priest.
it. He had to have it.
Like he desired for a long time. He been longing to be it. Yep. So, verse 2.
6.
Verse 6. And they accused the people to the king, saying, Judas and his brethren have slain all thy friends, and have driven us out of our land.
So he making up something so the king could kill, you know what I mean?
Oh, he lying?
But yeah, he want that high priest spot. Go ahead,
Verse 7. Now, therefore, send some man who thou trustest, and let him go and see havoc he hath made among us. He hath made among us, and in the king's land, and let him punish them with all them that aid them. Then the king chose Bacchides, a friend of the king, Bacchides, a friend of the king, who ruled beyond the flood, and was a great man in the kingdom, and faithful to the king.
Wow.
And him he sent with the wicked Alcimus, whom he had made high priest, and commanded that he should take vengeance of the children of Israel.
So jump to 11. See, he sent them, you know what I mean? Because he wanted that high priest spot by no means. Go ahead, we're gonna blow through it real quick.
But they gave no heed to their words, for they saw that they were come with a great power. Then did there assemble unto Alcimus and Bacchides a company of scribes to require justice.
Go all the way to 20, y'all.
Verse 20.
No, I mean just go all the way down. To 20.
Okay.
My fault.
Now the Assyrians were the first among the children of Israel that sought peace of them. For said they, one that is a priest of the seed of Aaron is come with his army, and he will do us no wrong.
Nah, they right here, like I say, they like, we don't want no problems with y'all. We ain't trying to do with the cinnamons. We good. We don't want no problems. Go ahead.
So he spake unto them peaceably, and sware unto them, saying, we will procure the harm neither of you nor your friends. Whereupon they believed him. Howbeit he took of them 70 men, and slew them in one day, according to the words which he wrote. The flesh of thy saints have they cast out, and their blood have they shed round about Jerusalem, and there was none to bury them. Wherefore the fear and dread of them fell upon all the people, who said, there is neither truth nor righteousness in them, for they have broken the covenant and oath that they made. After this, removed Bacchides from Jerusalem, and pitched his tents in Bezek, where he sent and took many of the men that had forsaken him, and certain of the people also. And when he had slain them, he cast them into the great pit.
I see how he did their bodies. He just killed all those people off and just threw them all in one thing. You know what I mean? He didn't even give them a proper burial. But go ahead, I'll finish that on.
Then committed he the country to Alcimus, and left with him a power to aid him. So Bacchides went to the king. But Alcimus contended for the high priesthood, and unto him restored all such as troubled the people, who, after they had gotten the land of Judah into their power, did much hurt in Israel. Now, when Judah saw all the mischief that Alcimus and his company had done among the Israelites, even above the heathen, he went out into all the coasts of Judea round about, and took vengeance of them that had revolted for him.
Nah, Judas went out like to say, you did my people wrong. Nah, we're going to have to get vengeance for all that. Where you at, 24? Keep going on.
So they that durst no more go forth into the country. On the other side, when Alcimus saw that Judas and his company had gotten the upper hand, and knew that he was not able to abide their force, he went again to the king, and said all the worst of them that he could. Then the king sent Nicanor, one of his honorable princes, a man that bare deadly hate unto Israel, with commandment to destroy the people.
So I told y'all earlier, Nicanor, he hated the Israelites. So now, you know, what's his name? Archelaus, he doing everything he can to get rid of all the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? He coming up with all these things. This how bad this guy wants this high priesthood.
Yep.
Go ahead,
All right. Okay, this is what, 27?
Let's go to that.
So Nicanor came to Jerusalem with a great force, and sent unto Judas and his brethren deceitfully with friendly words, saying,
Hold on right there. Somebody give me Psalms 55 and 21 real quick.
Psalms 55 and 21.
Because it's going to go like how he went to him with friendly words. Just to finish that out. I want you to finish that out. Right? Go ahead, give me that Psalms real quick.
Psalms 55 and 21. And it reads, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
And that's how they do us a lot of times. How he said, Nicanor came to him, oh, I ain't trying to come here with no problems, but in his mind, he already knew he wanted war. You know what I'm saying? He telling them, no, we good. I ain't about to do nothing. But in his mind, when I get that chance, I'm going to kill y'all off. Go ahead, where you at?
27.
Go ahead.
So Nicanor came to Jerusalem with a great force, and sent unto Judas and his brethren deceitfully with friendly words, saying, let there be no battle between me and you. I will come with a few men, that I may see you in peace.
See in the one before, he said he come with great force.
Right.
If you want peace,
Why
you coming with all these people?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? How you want peace and you coming with all these people? That's why I say that Psalms, you know, his words be smooth like butter. Ain't that's how they, you know, they get us. They come with these smooth. Oh no, we like y'all. We ain't trying to enslave y'all. You know, we good. We equals. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like let's say, why you bringing a gun?
You know what I'm saying?
You say you want to fight, but you bringing a gun.
God.
Right. Yeah, okay. Let there be no battle between me and you. I will come with a few men, that I may see you in peace. And he came therefore to Judas, and they saluted one another peaceably. Howbeit the enemies were prepared to take away Judas by violence. Which thing after it was known to Judas, to wit, that he came unto him with deceit, he was sore afraid of him, and would see his face no more. Nicanor also, when he saw that his counsel was discovered, went out to fight against Judas beside Capharsalama, where there were slain of Nicanor's side about 5,000 men, and the rest fled into the city of David.
Like you say, they got these numbers, and they running.
They running now.
They running again. You know what I mean? Go ahead, finish that out.
After this went Nicanor up to Mount Zion, and there came out of the sanctuary certain of the priests and certain of the elders of the people, to salute him peaceably, and to show him the burnt sacrifice that was offered for the king. But he mocked them, and laughed at them, and abused them shamefully, and spake proudly, and sware in his wrath, saying, unless Judas and his host be now delivered into my hands, if I ever come again in safety, I will burn up this house.
Now, remember, he told them he came in peace.
Right.
Now he talking about burning up a house. Now he telling them, but listen who he talking to. He talking to the elders now. You know what I'm saying? If I got to come back, I'm going to burn this house up. We're going to get through it pretty quick.
Before you leave that, Chisel, he also lying again, talking about, I came safely.
God.
He lying to the priest now. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying like he came peacefully, but you really came to destroy everybody.
Let's jump.
Now he about to have them food.
God, let's go to 38.
38?
Yeah, we're going to try to get through it pretty quick.
Be avenged of this man and his host, and let them fall by the sword. Remember their blasphemies, and suffer them not to continue any longer.
Now, this is the people praying, you know, telling them, let him fall by the sword, because remember, he lying.
Right.
He been lying to us. Go ahead.
So Nicanor went out of Jerusalem, and pitched his tents in Bethhoron, where an host out of Syria met him. But Judas pitched in Adasa with 3,000 men, and there he prayed, saying, O Lord, when thou that were sent from the king of Assyrians blasphemed, thy angel went out, and smote 185,000 of them. Even so destroy thou this host before us this day, that the rest may know that he hath spoken blasphemous against thy sanctuary, and judge thou him according to his wickedness. So the 13th day of the month, Adar the host joined battle, but Nicanor's host was discomfited, and he himself was first slain in the battle. Now when Nicanor's host saw that he was slain, they cast away their weapons and fled.
Nah, all those people, they losing, but he came with all that talk. Now he running.
Right.
We about to get to it. Well, let me just jump.
They seen Nicanor's gone.
Yeah, let's go to 47. We're gonna try to
47.
count.
Afterwards, they took the spoils and the prey and smote off Nicanor's head and his right hand, which he stretched out so proudly, and brought them away and hanged them up toward Jerusalem. For this cause the people rejoiced greatly, and they kept that day a day of great gladness.
So that's why we celebrate. You know what I mean? Like I say, all the problems he had, that's what they do. They say he cut his head off, and that hand he held out so proudly, they cut it off. You know what I'm saying? And put it for everybody to see. Wow. So basically, in a nutshell, that's why we celebrate. You know, the celebration, because if you remember when we read it first, this guy despised. He hated the Israelites.
Right.
And you even see how he came with wickedly in the beginning. Like, you know, I don't want no problems, you know what I mean? I'm basically here to talk. So then when he went off, what did he do? He go to the elders. If I gotta come back, how my man what's the thing, Denzel, I'm gonna burn this mother down. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta come back, I'm gonna burn this boy down. But he talking to the elders though, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't talking to Judas like that, you know what I mean? Go ahead, you had something out?
No.
Go ahead.
On the show. It's like in the movies, like, you know, them ancient Greek movies and Roman movies. You always got that one guy who the snake. You know what I'm saying? He always got that one guy who's snake trying to take the king's spot, or got a strong hate for somebody and trying to get them destroyed, but they always end up dying in the end. They got them a miraculous death too. You know what I'm saying? They make sure their death is magnified.
See, a lot of things goes on when what it say? Get that verse where if it's not of the Lord, it would not. Get that verse that says if it's not of the Lord, it would not succeed.
And you know this whole thing, because of academics, he wanted the high priest spot. This whole thing tumbled down because he just wanted a spot.
Right. He comes, yeah, and that's another thing too. You know, sometimes the Lord, people understand the Lord put Trump in office. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord put kings that you might not even like them. They may be the worst person on the planet, but the Lord put them in that spot. What's that verse saying that the kings, he makes the kings as the wave of the water, so the king's decisions goes. He makes the king's decisions go with whatever he wants. Is that Isaiah 71:1? Let me see, is that Isaiah 71:1?
Is that Isaiah 71:1?
Yeah, but no, I need you to look up. If it's not the Lord, it would not be. It would not succeed. I looked at that before and it wasn't there. I don't know, where did I seen that at? Isaiah 71:1, I think. But anyway, I don't go too far deep in that.
Got what he looking for, huh?
Yeah, it's like
Trying to find it. Okay.
it's like the Lord put every king, everybody in their position. The Lord
It's
put
not
them
of the
in.
Lord, it would not succeed.
Yeah. It's like the Israelites. If this don't be of the Lord, it would not succeed. So you know the Israelites is of the Lord. Why? Because now that we succeeding, we demolishing things. We breaking churches down. We destroying things as we come and growing. You know what I'm saying? So if this wasn't of the Lord, it would not succeed. So he said, don't worry about what they're gonna do. If it's not of the Lord, it won't succeed. Right? And see, a lot of times,
Proverbs.
That's Proverbs.
Give me what you got out.
It says, Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord,
Yeah, there you go.
as the rivers of water.
Right,
He turneth it whichever so he will.
right. So the king's heart is what now?
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water.
Right, so
He turneth it whichever so he will.
Right. So Nicanor wanting to take the place of a king that God put there. You see what I'm saying? And so if it's not of the Lord, it's not going to succeed. So Nicanor wasn't of the Lord.
Right.
So he did not succeed.
See, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because one thing is dangerous is that you want to take a place of somebody that the Lord put there. That's very, very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord put you over a woman and somebody want to take that woman, it's gonna be dangerous for that person.
Yeah.
Because that woman is meant for you. You see what I'm saying? No matter how the turnout is, whoever had a hand in that is gonna have a problem right now.
Like they say with the woman, you shouldn't mess with no married woman.
You shouldn't mess with no man. That's what he said about covenant. You know, do not covet a person. Do not covet nothing the person got. Why? Because the Lord got him there. And see, we say, well, we should have voted for. Don't matter for who we vote for.
Yeah.
The Lord got Trump in office, and why he got Trump in office? One thing about Kamala Harris, a vanilla bar. One thing about that is that she was not gonna bring us together where we was not gonna picket targets. She was not gonna bring us together like that. So it was Trump time to put pressure and heat on us, because that's gonna bring us together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All she's gonna do is, put some heat on some gays and bring them together. You know what I'm saying? But
Strengthen them sisters, strengthen that feminine.
yeah, swims in that feminine race. But it's not time for that. So the Lord got Trump there. The Lord got people in place. You see what I'm saying? And so one thing, if it's of the Lord, we want to be in that part of the Lord. I don't want to be against the Lord. If the Lord is with you, I want to be with you. If the Lord is with Israel, I want to be with Israel. I don't care how Israel looks. Israel don't look good. I mean, it's like, and what he said, can you make these dead bones live again? Lord, hell no. But I'm not gonna say you can't. That's how bad we look. What's that? The dry bones? Can you make these dry bones rise? What's that? Ezekiel 37:1. Can you make these dry bones live again? And he said, Lord, only you know. Because as far as he's concerned, hell no. That's why he said, Lord, only you know. Can you make these dry bones live? Why? Because we dried. We done. We got, we hit. They came in. Okay, when David died, Israel was not, nobody was Israel gay. When David died, nobody in Israel was worshiping with white folks and Arabs. You see what I'm saying? When David died, there was no white Jesus. When David died, there was no Islam. Now, if David come back now and see where we at, he'll be like, this is not Israelites. We not. We've been vaccinated with African American shots. We've been shot with been Islams, been Muslim. We've been shot with being Muslim. We've been shot with chocolate covered white folks. We've been shot with everything. When David ruled, it was all us, and everybody was under us. And so Nicanor, what he tried to do is take the kingdom, right? And so what all other nations do? They fighting against the Lord's children. And sometimes it look like you winning. And so Nicanor looked like he was gonna win. He brought 1,000 men, or something like that, just to talk.
20, yeah, it was a lot.
Nigga, what kind of talk you trying to do, nigga? You brought 100 niggas to talk.
Peace.
For peace. Nigga.
We do that.
And they got weapons too?
We do that same thing to this day.
Yeah.
Trying to have a peace talk or do something, you got to bring all these other extra brothers.
You bring all these extra
All
brothers.
these extra guns, got your mask on, and you got to do the most for a talk.
And you know,
We still like that.
you know what kills me is that, you know, like Facebook and all that, when you see black folks fighting each other and men's fighting and black women's fighting each other, that done played out. I mean, have you ever had some gym shoes that you don't wear no? I mean, that played out? You ever bought something that played out?
Yeah,
Niggas killing each other and fighting each other. Don't that shit play out?
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, you ever heard a record that played out?
They lost, actually. It don't.
They played out to them.
Yeah, they lost. That's what they did.
They trying to go through.
Yeah, they
What's
just
that,
lost.
5 and 38?
That's
What's
all.
that?
The scripture you were looking for.
I know what verse.
Acts 5 and 38.
Get that for me.
Acts 5 and 38.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, kids fighting each other. To me, when I see that, I instantly turn it. Because to me, it's played out. I don't even give it a look at. Two girls fighting, two black girls fighting. I turn that shit so quick. That shit done played out. I mean, some shit I don't even, Lord forgive me. Some stuff I don't even look at no more. It just done played out. You ever see something that you just turn real quick because it's not in your interest?
Okay, well, this is the Acts 5:38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men.
Right, refrain from these Israelites that's raising up.
And let them alone.
And let them alone. What do you say? 'Cause do my prophet no harm, right?
For if this counsel of the work be of men, it will come to naught.
Right, so if this counsel of the work be of men's, it's going to come to naught. So what we doing up here, we was doing this in the house. We was doing this in the basement. We've been many places doing this. We've been in houses, we've been in living rooms, we damn near been in bathrooms preaching. You see what I'm saying? And if this gonna come to naught, it's not. Because you see what he's doing, right? It's not gonna come to naught. So the least thing you can do is you're not going against, the white man is not going against us. He's going against God. Right? And Nicanor was not going against, who was trying to take his place?
Nicanor was sent. Nicodemus was trying to get the high priest spot.
Yeah, it's not
so he made all these moves, and the king sent Nicanor, because he know that the hate he had towards the Israelites.
Right. So he used Nicanor's hate, so he can jump over. His hate can knock everybody down. He can jump in the king's seat. You see what I'm saying? But what you fail to realize is that if it's not of God, it's not gonna work. You see what I'm saying? And that's on every level.
Nicodemus had an evil heart. He was willing to sacrifice one of us for a spot. You know what I mean? He was willing to, like how you say, he wanted to move up in the heathen world. So he was willing to kill off some Israelites to be a high standard in the heathen world. Right. You willing to kill your own people to move up in this man's world.
That's like Jesse Jackson.
You know what I mean? So
like Jesse Jackson.
That's evil in itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to step, and that never works anyway, because even if you do, the heathen, a white man, he gonna kill you off.
You know what type of man you is.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna kill you off. So, you know what I mean? But, you know, some of us, how they say, don't be in the world, but not of the world. Some of us, and that's why the Most High say 2/3. Some of us, like you say, some of us love the world. We about the world. I need all these worldly things because I love the world. You know what I mean? But what's going to happen when the world get destroyed? Your $200,000 car and all that ain't going to be worth nothing when destruction comes.
So I wonder if them people over there in Dubai or in California, like when all the floods came, I'm talking about rich people, Like, how do they feel about when all their stuff is just destroyed? Like, nothing you can do about it. Who can you call? You know what I'm saying? The insurance company took all the insurance off y'all house. Who y'all can call? You feel me? Like, what feeling do you got inside right now? When you thought you were just this high and mighty, but it's all gone. Like,
with an instant.
Yeah, with the instant. Like, who you calling on now? You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like,
all a mirage.
yeah. You know, like
It could have took you 15 years or whatever the bit. That
Yeah,
shit was
yeah.
gone in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
literally. And some houses survive. You know, some people's houses did survive, but
The damage around there. The damage around that.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
We get caught up on
That
stuff
was like
that we
2/3
never
right there.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's the 2/3
That was like an example
of what's gonna take place,
right.
of what's gonna be
Who
saved.
survived and who did.
Right.
In the middle of it.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And that's fire.
That's
that was
fire.
fire. It may be like 3 houses
I
survived.
think nothing could survive in the midst of all that fire blowing everywhere. But God is good.
That's crazy, man. A house did not get touched, and the ones next door to it, I could see if it was a fire. I mean, I could see it was a tornado that hit it, you know, go around. But this was a fire, and the fire jumped over my house.
I saw a video with a black lady, and she was working for her house. I ain't gonna lie. This lady, everywhere she seen fire hit, she sprayed it. She sprayed it out. And when the fires was gone, she saved her house and her neighbor house. Her neighbor house was another black woman that just moved, just saved all her money and moved there. You know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
she was on Facebook like, I just want to thank the lady who saved my house from the fire.
No, God saved
It's a
the
black
house.
woman, bro.
That's good though.
Take
Man.
another black sister out. I'm like, that's crazy. They show on video saving the house. She wasn't playing, boy.
She was a
She
fire.
wasn't playing, boy. She was fighting that fire. Like, I ain't going out. It took her, she like 9-10 hours she was out there.
Damn.
Fighting them fires. Anything that, cause it was coming all through the windows, like just debris blowing fire on her.
Man,
And once
yeah.
it attached to something, it
Yeah,
catch
it
it.
Yeah.
catch it.
She was on it, boy.
Killing it before
She was
it started.
killing it.
Yeah.
She was
With
killing
water
it.
hose.
I mean, if the tree caught fire, a plant, anything, she killing it. She was on it, boy. By the end of her video, she was black as hell, tired. Like, yeah,
Lungs blew
man,
out.
yeah. You know what I'm
You gotta
saying?
be careful of that, cause all that soup
Yeah,
is coming in your
substances.
lungs and
Yeah.
shit. She breathing all that shit in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody put some water down her nose and shit. Man.
You know, all that soot and all
Yeah.
that
Yeah, that's-
shit.
that's
You talking
bad,
about
though.
5-6 chemicals mixed together and you breathing that in.
Yeah, cause them houses, I mean,
Yeah.
like them houses,
All
you know.
kind of stuff burning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Drywall burning and
You breathing that shit
what you
in.
call it, on the roof, shingles burning, all that stuff.
Asphalt, yeah. You
that's
breathing all that
different
shit
smell.
in.
She was fighting for that house though.
Mhm.
Well, I guess that's it. Hopefully, this day one of Purim. Hopefully we edified you. I know I mixed in Esther and some of it, so I hopefully, you know, people out there got a little better understanding. You know, you can read more of Esther all through Esther, and it gives you the basic story of detail, and then you can read the Maccabees tell you about so much, but they go into a lot of stories. But that is, like we read at it's MelChezidek.
Uncle Penuel.
Zion Israel.
Happy Purim, Israel. Shalom.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, cut it off.
I think it cut off, she was saying,
You cut off?
baby. Oh, okay.
Oh.
What's say?